Hi there guys, so I'm going to be teaching you some yo-yo tricks today, how to do tricks in the 1.5 mount. This is my combo that uses bits of different tricks all together as one combo. I'll show a slow-mo later, break it all down for you and explain everything, give you tips and show some different angles as well. This is yo-yo I'm using today, the Outlier Plus with a Soshi fat string. So I'll just show you the trick now. Alright, so that's the whole trick. Difficult to get everything right, perfect every time, so it takes a lot of practice. That's the most important thing with a yo-yo. You've got to put in a practice and try and read as many books as you can and watch as many videos as you can to get tips from people who've been doing it for years, like some of the pros. So this is one of my combos. Most of the tricks are from the 1.5 mount, that's why the video is called the 1.5 mount combo. So you can get into a 1.5 mount. If you don't already know, you've got to throw a breakaway, which is a sideways throw, and you can just get into it straight away like that. It does look more impressive if you whip into the 1.5 mount like that. And to do that, you've got to pop it up just below chest height and practice just whipping underneath, and then practice catching that string like that. So catch the string as the loop comes over, catch the loop, curl your index finger in and intercept the string. Then while it's in the air, you've got to roll into your mount. So you just do a circular motion around with your pro hand index finger in the air, then you're in your 1.5 mount. So to start the trick, I start with a bit of Chuck Norris's beard. So we'll get into 1.5 mount. Then do it like a boomerang to begin with, then you do a redirect into the string closest to you, like that. Then you swing it around, you unmount the yo-yo, you spin that slap there around, hit the top string, the string furthest away from you, and then land into your green triangle, pop out, and then the trick is to land back on a trapeze after you do the trick. Just like that. And from there, I usually go into this chop suey trick afterwards, like that. And then I usually go into a bit of Brent. And Brent is basically just swinging your hand around the yo-yo and pushing into the string. So you start off like this, so you're in a trapeze, you throw it over, and it rests over your top of your hand like that, and you push the string and go underneath and then intercept the string as it comes around. So you're just pushing around underneath the yo-yo, like with the 1.5 mount whip, you're grabbing it as it comes around. It's very similar. And the other trick that I showed you before was the chop suey trick, which is just like this. It looks more difficult than it is. Quite a simple trick really, just the execution that's sometimes difficult. Just like that. And sometimes the yo-yo does double loop around, so we'll switch yo-yos now to an iceberg. Sometimes it can double loop around the yo-yo, which affects the spin. You can still do tricks if you've got a double loop around the axle, but it's best to either get rid of the loop or use a different yo-yo. So you're in a trapeze, all you're doing is inserting your thumb, putting your index finger there, and then landing on that string like that, and then throwing it through the gap just like that. That's your chop suey. That's part of the combo, and then I showed you the next part, which was the brunt, like that. It looks pretty difficult, but with a bit of practice you should be able to get it down. You know, any more tips you need, let me know in the comments and I'll give you those tips. And then one of the most difficult tricks after that is branding. So in your 1.5 mount, remember how we get into that. Like that, you allow off the finger there, you pull your finger inwards, go over that string, twist your string at the same time, hit that string, go into that string, open up the gap, and then intercept it with your hand, which is called a suicide. Like that. We'll throw around with a bit of force, guys, to be able to catch that loop. Takes a bit of practice. Just like that. Takes a lot of practice to get that down. Very difficult, the suicide. It's called a suicide, it wasn't me that named it, it's just what they call it, which basically is just putting your finger through a loop that's in the air. They call it a suicide. You can call it a slacker side if you want, you don't have to use the word suicide. So we'll call it a slacker side from now on. So yeah, you catch your slacker side in your 1.5 mount. Allow off the finger, curl your index finger in, twist that finger on your left hand at the same time. And then as you put your finger back forward again, land on that string, hit the string, open up the loop, like that, and then intercept it like that. And that's your branding. I'll show you from different angles and some slow-mos later as well. And then the next trick was a bit of like a magic knot, they call it. So you're in your 1.5, you're just swinging it around there, dismounting, putting it around your hand, entering into an undermount, putting that around there, do an Asian pop, catch it, and then pull that finger up. You want the string to knot sort of in the middle of the area like that, in your magic knot, and you should be able to just pop out like that with no knots. That's why it's called the magic knot that comes out. So I can give you a few tips for this one. So you're in your 1.5 mount. Remember I showed you how to whip into it. And then you're just dumping it there, letting go of the loop, putting your hand round there, undermount there, swing that around, and then grab, let go, do your Asian pop, and allow this knot to be in the centre, and you're in your magic knot, and once again, pops out just like that with no knots. So those are the tricks. I'll show you some of the tricks now from a different angle, and some slow-mos later as well. So here's from a different angle now. So you can whip into your 1.5 mount like that, do your boomerang, just show you the trick now. And then the branding looks like this. Just like that. And there's your magic knot. You can see it looks like it's knotted up. And as you swing it upwards and away from you, the knot comes apart. So those are the tricks. Show you some slow-mos now. comes out no knots. So those are the tips that I have for you. If you like the video, want to see even more, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you need any more tips or advice for these tricks. So that is the 1.5 mount tricks and combos in the 1.5 mount. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Peace.